Well, hey guys, Dave here, and I wanted to make this video because I'm really getting sick of people talking about how, can't make it, economy's crappy, cars are too expensive. Well, I just want to show you something. So, back in August of 2022, my wife needed a new car because she was getting ready to start a job. She had been off during COVID. She was getting ready to go back to work, so she needed a new car. So I went down and bought her a new car. So that was in August of 22, and this is now the very beginning of May. Today's May the 4th. May the 4th be with you. Thank you very much. And I paid off the car. I paid it off in 8 months. So I wanted to prove to people that you can buy a brand new car. Her car was $25,000 and pay it off in 8 months. So hang on a second. So as you can see here, this is the title. I just got it 2 days ago. The car had an odometer of 10 when I bought it, 10 miles on it. And as you can see here, it was a 2022 and it's paid for now. So the car's paid for. So that was my last debt besides my house. The only debt I have now is my house, and I owe about $134 on my house. So right now I'm totally debt free besides my house. Me and my wife, I made $70,000 last year, so combined we make about $100,000 a year, and we're totally debt free besides our house. Now, I wanted to make this video because I'm not a rich guy, but I paid off $25,000 in 8 months. The thing that I think is funny is, like, I see all the time on the news, people talking about, oh, you can't get a car for under $50,000. Lie. I see people talking about how, my car payment's $1,000. That's because you're an idiot. The reason why I've been doing a lot of thinking about this and talking to people that I know, and I've come to a conclusion that the reason why Americans are broke is because it's their fault. If you're living paycheck to paycheck, then it's your fault. It's not $15 an hour minimum wage. It's not any of that. It's you. You're the problem. The reason why most Americans are poor is because they make themselves poor. Like I was reading last night, and it said the average American, just in subscriptions alone, spends like $300 a month. You know how many subscriptions I have? 0. I don't watch Netflix. I don't watch Hulu. I don't watch any of that crap. One of the subscriptions I think is the most stupid, as I was reading last night, is like music subscriptions. Dude, you can go on YouTube for free and type in any song you've ever wanted to hear for free. You don't have to pay. Like YouTube is free, so I don't understand these people that pay for HBO and crap. Like, that's so stupid. And then another one that I think is really stupid is Amazon Prime. Well, I do that so I get my package the next day. So you're gonna pay $100, I guess, a year to get a stupid package the next day? Like, you may say, well, Dave, don't you ever order Amazon? Every once in a while. Like, I haven't ordered Amazon since last year, so it's not really that big of a deal for me. And like when it comes to vehicles, the thing that I think is so funny is I always hear when gas prices go up, people talking about, I can't afford to fill up my tank. Well, the real truth is you couldn't afford that truck to begin with, because if you can't afford to put gas in it, you can't afford to own it. And I think it's funny. I see all these people every day. I call them city cowboys, who that truck has never seen a cow, it's never seen a horse, it's never been hooked up to a trailer. It's just people trying to impress strangers at red lights. And so like last night I was talking to a friend of mine at work, and that's why I wanted to make this video. Because he's one of these friends who's a really good guy, hard worker. He told me, here it is Thursday, and he's already got 103 hours of work this week. I was like, I don't know how that's even possible, but I know he works like doubles and doubles and doubles, so it may be possible. And I feel sorry for my friend, because I told him, I said, you know, the reason, like, I don't want to work more than 40 hours. I don't want to work all those extra hours because life's too short. You know, I would have thought that COVID would have taught people to live more, you know, minimalistically, because you never know when your life could end. So why do you want to work all these hours to pay for shit, to pay for plastic, and to pay for, you know, metal that rusts, and cars that lose their value, because you want to try to impress people, because you want people to think you're rich because you drive a Mercedes even though you can't afford it. You know, it's a strange world, because my friend asked me, he's like, well, now that you've got everything paid for, Dave, like, what's your plan? And I said, well, my plan is, I can't do it this year because I just paid off the car, and I didn't set it. I got savings. I could if I wanted to, but I'm not going to. But what my plan is, is because I'm a nurse, and as a nurse, you can get a job. It's so easy. You can fall backwards and land in 2 jobs. What I've decided to do is, starting next summer, that I'm no longer going to work in the summertime. I'm going to work from September through probably, because my birthday is April, so I'll probably work September through April, and then from May through July, or August, excuse me, I'm just not going to work anymore. I've decided I'm going to stop working, and I'm going to start taking off the whole summer from now on. Because I know in reality that I'll never be able to retire, because property taxes and stuff like that will always continue to go up. But I was thinking to myself, you know, because my dad died at 60, and I'll be 50 next year. I'm not saying that I'll die at 60, but, you know, you never know. But what I'm going to do is, while I'm still young enough and feel good enough, I'm not going to wait till I'm 65 or 70 to worry about retirement. I'll probably never retire. I'm just going to start taking off every summer, because I'd rather be off during the summer, because that's a fun time to go on trips and do stuff, and also do it now while I'm young enough and just take off every summer. You know, put in my 2 weeks notice, take off, and then when I come back in September, find a gig somewhere else. So I think that's what my plan's going to be. I'm just going to start taking off every summer, and then enjoy the summer to go do things that I want to do. So I just wanted to, you know, show people this title so that I can prove that I did pay off my car in 8 months, $25,000. I'm proud of that. And I'm debt free now. So, you know, people ask me, how do you do that, Dave? I had a friend ask me, how do you do that? It's not a secret. Just save money. Live on less than you make. There's not some big fantasy thing. I don't have no side gigs. I just work 40 hours a week. I hate overtime. I haven't worked overtime in 2 years or longer. The last time I worked overtime was right before I bought my house. But yeah, so it feels good to have everything paid for. Now I have 2 cars. One's a 2018, and one's my car's a 2018, it's paid for, and now my wife's car is a 2022, paid for. And so it's awesome to not have to worry about paying those no payments on cars. Now I just drive and put gas in them. But you know, you got to quit trying to impress your neighbors. And one of the things I think is funny is I always hear people talk about how busy they are. I'm so busy. Everybody's busy. Well, if you're so busy, why do you have Hulu and Netflix and Amazon Video and HBO and Disney and all this stuff? Because I thought you were so busy working and hustling. So why are you paying for all this crap? Sounds like to me you're sitting on your ass watching TV a lot. But I regress. So you can be debt free, but you got to do 2 things. You got to, number 1, live below what you make, and you got to quit worrying about impressing people. Now, some of you in the video may see this and say, oh, well, Dave, that was just a Kia you paid off. Yeah, so it was a Kia. Who cares? You know, you may go, well, Dave, I drive an Avalanche, or I drive a Mercedes, yeah, who cares? I don't care. I don't care. If you're so sad on the inside that you got to have a car in order to make yourself feel better, and I know people like that, I feel sorry for you. I think you have mental problems, because if your humanity's worth depends on what kind of car you drive, you're a pathetic loser person. You're just a sad person. So enjoy working 80 hours a week. I'm just going to work my 40, and I'm going to start taking off every summer and enjoying my life while I still can before I get old and die. And one of the people, I wish, because I'm a nurse and I work a lot with old people, geriatric patients. And I hear people saying, well, I'm going to retire when I'm 70. I'm retiring when I'm 75. I wish that you could really see what it's like to be 70, 75, 80. Now, I know that there's people out there, and if you ever paid attention, most of them are really rich people, Trump, Biden, Nancy Pelosi, people like that have been pretty much taken care of and pampered their whole lives, that live to be really old. But the majority of Americans that are normal, by the time you get 70, 75, your life is pretty much over. You're one major health scare from being over. Whether it's a stroke or a heart attack or a fall and break your hip, or a myriad of, a cancer diagnosis. There's a ton of things out there. So I think Americans would be happier if they quit trying to keep up with the Joneses and just live beyond live below your means. Quit trying to impress people buying cars, and just enjoy life. Get rid of all those subscriptions. Quit going to Starbucks, and you could be happy. And it's just a sad place that we live in, where people got to find value in themselves by the things that they own. Well, this is David Zoe Zizzles. Make sure to like and subscribe. Bye.